And good evening, everyone. Welcome inside the Bell Family Arena. We are ready for tip-off as the visiting Crusaders of Evangel University travel into Olathe, Kansas to take on your Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers. Your Pioneers come into tonight. They are 8-2 overall, 8-1 in conference. Evangel not far behind. They are 5-3 overall, 3-2 in conference. So looking to have a good game here this evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on the Pioneer Sports Network. If you're listening in for Evangel, welcome. Glad you're here. We're ready to get underway. The ball is in the air. Controlled by Evangel, and they will have first opportunity. Chisholm with the ball, working to her right, has a lane, pulls up her dribble, kicks the ball out. Thought about a three-pointer, thought different, did Harmon. Harmon drives, her shot, no good. Rebound tipped away by the Pioneers, goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Crusaders. Crusaders have 20 on their shot clock. Inbounding from the baseline. Good ball movement. Here's a drive down the center. Kicked it out by Jones. Chisholm now going to drive. Too strong on the layup, and that's rebounded by Scott. Pioneers now with their first opportunity of the evening. As you can see, we already have one person in there. We do offer a chat feature during the games. It's been a lot of fun this year, so hopefully you will be willing to join us. Now Gooch is going to try a three-point shot. Rattles out, won't fall for the Pioneers. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Harmon up the floor. Long pass down low. Scott not able to collect it. Ball worked around the perimeter now. Three on the way, no good. Ball being tipped around, and Scott comes up with it for the Pioneers. Again, if you're watching, let us know who you're rooting for, who your players are, what your school is, where you're watching from. That's been a lot of fun this year. We've had people watching from all over the country. Well, the world, really. Mackenzie Lowe trying to pass to a cutting Megan Scott, taken away by Evangel. Evangel with a 3-on-2 break. And the Pioneer defense, good job hustling down. Able to stop the transition offense. Now here's a drive. Whistle blown. Foul will be called. This foul is on Megan Scott, her first personal of the evening. Going to the line to shoot two is Bailey Harmon. I hear my voice. That's weird. First shot is good. She'll have one more. Second shot on the way. That one hits as well. Pioneers trailing now 2-0 still here in the early goings. Looks like Evangel dropping into a bit of a zone defense. Kinsey Lowe goes down low to Scott. The pass was behind her. Only got a fingertip on it. And it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover on the Pioneers. Ball back to the Crusaders. Mackenzie Lowe knew that she just didn't throw a good pass. Knew it immediately. Crusaders now looking to expand their lead. Going to try and drive on Scott one-on-one. Little turnaround jumper. Nothing there. Missed everything. Did Vaught. Now the Pioneers going to have a chance. Scott was driving, but foul is called. Who are they going to call this on? Look, that's going to be on Logan Jones. Called for the personal. Tried to impede the progress of Megan Scott when she put the ball on the deck. The Pioneers able to inbound it into Gonzalez. Gonzalez all alone on the left side. Is going to try and take. Layup is up. Too strong. No good. Gonzalez was able to get a great first step. Had the space. Just couldn't hit the shot. Crusaders the other way. Pass tipped away by Mackenzie Lowe. After that was Patton with a shot attempt. No good. Rebounded by the Pioneers. They go down low. Too low. And there we go. The Pioneers get their first 2 points of the evening. Entry pass into the post. Put in on the left side by Mackenzie Lowe. Anna Ralston going to the scorer's table. She'll be checking in. And here's a nice scooping layup on the other end. Good for 2 points by Bailey Harmon. Harmon was able to get good position. Now quick pass down low. Gonzalez for three. Lowe couldn't keep it alive. The three was missed. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Now taken away, and Gonzalez is going to have the layup all to her little self. On the right side, up and good. Able to steal the outlet pass, and there was no defense down there. Now three-point shot on the way. This by Harmon, no good. Harmon not able to connect. Harmon has played well in previous matchups against the Pioneers. Now another long pass down low to Mackenzie Lowe. Assist to Gooch, 2 points for Lowe. Pioneers are on top 6-4. Pioneers will be going to their bench upon the next break. And now it looks like the Crusaders are going to answer with a few substitutions of their own. Patton with the ball, drives, feeds it down low. Difficult layup, up and good. Knocked down by Brianna Vaughts. There we go. Now we've got our first Evangel fan in the chat room. Welcome. Listening in Springfield, Missouri. Mackenzie Lowe's going to drive. Ball was knocked away. They're going to say last touch by Evangel. It was good defense by Patton, who was able to knock the ball free. Harley Maxwell has come in for the Crusaders, and Sophie Sparks. Anna Ralston comes in for the Pioneers, as does Trelshawn Smith. Trelshawn had a great first half of the season for the Pioneers. Looking to keep that going here after the winter break. Now Gonzalez working to her left, picks up her dribble, goes to Gooch. Gooch driving baseline. Pioneers are running out of time. Ralston takes a shot, no good off the right side of the rim, and rebounded by the Crusaders. Shot clock was down to 5 when she took that shot. Now a quick three-point shot, up and good. Nothing but at the bottom of the net for Connor Patton. Evangel now has claimed the lead. They left Trelshawn Smith wide open for three. Her answer, no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Bailey Harmon able to collect. Now Harmon heads up the floor. Goes to Sparks. Sparks all alone. Wraparound pass underneath. Ooh, won't fall. And now shot erased, but ball goes free. Crusaders with it, and now Ralston is going to be called for the personal foul. They're calling her for the push. I think the contact was up high, but the official thinks he knows better than me. Not big to differ, sir. But at the line to shoot two is Sophie Sparks. Her first free throw up and good. 4-point lead, largest of the evening for Evangel. One more coming up. Up and good as well. Gooch heading up the floor. Has Gonzalez and Smith in the backcourt with her. Lowe and Ralston are the front court for the Pioneers. Pass over to Smith. Smith couldn't get it down to Ralston. Really wanted to feed the post. Now gets it down to her. Shot is up, no good, but a foul is called. This can put Anna Ralston at the line to shoot two. And we'll see who they get for this. This is going to be on Harley Maxwell. So the Pioneers, trailing by 5, have Ralston at the line to shoot two. And the first shot is up and good. Second shot on the way. That one won't fall. Maxwell able to collect the rebound. Now here come the Crusaders quickly up the floor. Ball goes into the hands, let's see, Cawthon. Hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. Cawthon. Now Ralston able to poke the ball free. Mackenzie Lowe collects it. It's going to be turnover on the Crusaders. Gonzalez with it for the Pioneers. Gonzalez looking to create on the left side as Ralston in the post. Going to send it to the high post of Lowe. Lowe works it around the perimeter. Trelshawn Smith open for three in the corner. Got it. And Smith able to draw the Pioneers to within one. It's now 11-10. Good ball movement around the perimeter by the Pioneers. Comes up with an open three-point shot. Maxwell feeds it down low. Pass is tipped, but they're able to retain possession. Three-point shot on the way. Won't fall. Rebounded by Gonzalez. Now Gooch with it. Again, Ralston in the post. They don't go down low to her this time. Oh, Gonzalez got free, but Lowe's pass was tipped away. Out of bounds it goes. See in the chat they're asked where Evangel is from. Evangel's just right next door to us. They're over in Missouri. Our neighbors to the east. So the Pioneers now inbounding from the baseline. They get it into Jalen Irvin, who's just checked into the game. She tries an entry pass down low. It gets sent back. She's able to collect it herself. Now hands it to Gooch. Irvin sets a screen. Gooch goes around. Irvin open again. Tried a little no-look pass down low to Ralston, though, taken away by the Crusader defense. I'll call that an ill-advised pass, and that's being polite. Now the Crusaders working the ball around. Here's a three-point shot from the corner, up and good. And actually, they're going to credit her for two. Only two. 13-10. Long pass down low to Austinson. Up top to Irvin. Back to Austinson. To Gooch left side. In the corner to Smith. Smith skip pass across to Austinson. Austinson driving baseline. Gets it to Irvin. Irvin over to Gooch. Gooch is open for three on the way. No good, too strong. Rebound goes right into the waiting hands of Ralston. She drives. Her shot no good. Offensive foul called on Anna Ralston. You just kind of see that it was going to go that way. Ralston was heading to the rim, and there was nothing going to stop her. And couldn't tell from where I'm at if the feet were set by the defender, but matters not. The official calls the offensive foul. 3-point lead for the Crusaders. They with the ball as we come down to the last 3 minutes of the first quarter. Sparks goes to Mullings, who has checked into the game. Mullings up top to Cawthon. Cawthon picks up her dribble. Long pass across to Sparks. Sparks back up top to Cawthon. Pioneers are everywhere now. Ooh, Nifty move made along the side, but Riley Neal, her foot just happens to hit the outline, so that's a turnover on the Crusaders. Ball back to the Pioneers. It was a good move, and she made her shot. Only problem is stepped on the outline. Hate it when that happens. Gooch in the high post to Scott. She was double teamed immediately. Ball knocked away. Scott now on the deck to collect it. And a timeout is called by the Pioneers. Scott was able to jump on the loose ball. And so we're just going to have a little 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here in just a moment. Okay, here we go. Like I said, just a quick 30-second timeout. Pioneers heading back out onto the floor. Crusaders now joining them. Crusaders have gone all up and down their bench here in just the first quarter of the game. Constantly moving people in and out, keeping the fresh legs on the floor. Mia Mills into the game. Don't believe I've called her name as of yet. She's checked in. Gooch with it for the Pioneers. To Austinson right side. They go on the post. Double teamed immediately was Irvin. Irvin kicks it out to Gooch. Gooch back down low to Scott. Double team comes. Scott spins away from everyone but not able to to hit. The ball got loose and no one could collect that. Taken away by the Crusaders. They're trying to outrace the Pioneers. The Pioneers quick getting back. Mills with it. Kicks it out. 3 on the way. Won't fall. Rebounded by Charles Sean Smith. That was missed by Riley Neal. She didn't miss by much. I thought that was going in. Pioneers go to Scott. Scott to Gooch. Gooch to Smith. Smith going baseline. Dribbles in. Takes a shot. Up and good. So that was knocked down from 16 feet along the baseline. Good shot by Smith. Pioneers trailing by 1. Definitely interesting watching the Crusader defense now. Here's the ball taken away by the Pioneers. For the Crusader defense, they are doubling wherever the ball goes in the post. There's one of the high posts, and that's got to be a foul call. Indeed it is. Sophie Sparks trying to come around to knock the ball away from Jalen Irvin. Got all arm and nothing else, so the personal foul is called. Just her first. Logan Jones checks back in. Taking a seat is Riley Neal. Getting changes coming early and often for the Crusaders. The Pioneers get it into Smith. Smith going to try and create. Goes right, comes back left, picks up her dribble, kicks it over to Austinson. Austinson goes to Irvin. Irvin a little farther away from the hoop than we'd like. She long pass to Gooch. Gooch 3 on the way, up and good. I was about to say that shot looked too strong, but it just hits the back part of the rim and falls through. Here's a shot down low. Jones spins on Irvin. Her shot won't fall. Jalen Irvin collects the rebound, gets it over to Gooch. Pioneers now with the 2-point lead and the ball. Gooch to Austinson. Austin looking to the post. Instead gets it back to Gooch. Gooch goes around the Scott screen. Kicks it over to Smith. Smith going to try and create with 10. Drives. Nice pass. Over to Scott, and Scott hits the layup. Little hesitation step by Scott. Kind of had everyone in here taking a deep breath. And it falls for 2. The Crusaders, though, quickly the other way. They feed it down low. Austinson got beat. Scott comes over with the help. Is able to come up with the block. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Pioneers as Jones was working down low against Scott. As we know, that's a long day. Harmon now inbounding along the baseline. Able to get it in underneath. Good pump fake. Got low, elevated. And then the basket is good by Brianna Votz. Votes. Is it Votz? I thought it was Votz last year, if I remember pronunciation correctly. If you're listening for Evangel, let me know. Boy, Gooch got wide open for 3 and hits it. Gooch just worked to her left after passing the ball, and the defense lost her completely. And she was more than wide open for that 3-point attempt. Able to knock it down. 5-point lead for the Pioneers, their largest of the evening. Ball now with Patton. Patton works it up top. 2 Crusaders in one spot, but no turnover. Chisholm was able to collect. Here's a drive, down low. Difficult layup, and hits at the buzzer. Bailey Harmon comes up with 2 points to close the gap. So at the end of the first quarter, The Pioneers have 20. The Crusaders have 17. We're going to step away for 60 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, play is about ready to resume. Again, 20-17. Leading the way for the Pioneers is Trelshawn Smith with 6 points. Kinsey Lowe with 5 boards, and then Michaela Gooch already with 4 assists. Oh, actually, you know what? That's points leader. Sorry, we have a new stat system, and I'm still getting used to it. So no, I apologize. It's Trelshawn Smith with 6 points, Lowe with 5 points, and Gooch with 4. I don't think I like this new system, though. Gooch has at least 2 3-point shots, so I don't know if that's correct. I don't know. It's going to take some getting used to. I apologize. Over on the other side, Bailey Harmon with 6 points. Connor Patton with 6 points. And then Brianna Votes with 3. All right, the Pioneers will begin the second quarter with the ball, and we're back underway. Gooch goes to Lowe. Lowe to Trelshawn Smith. Smith working to her left, drops it off with Lowe. Good defense by the Crusaders. That entry pass tipped away. And the Crusaders heading up the floor. Here's the drive by Harmon. Gets to the rim, layup up and good. So with that, the Pioneer lead is but 1, 20-19. Smith wide open in the corner, going to try her hand at 3, no good. Oh, good tap by Irvin, but no one could chase that down. Now Harmon heading up the floor, Trelshawn Smith with her. Still with it. Now goes to right side. Over to Smith. Smith drives baseline, picks up her dribble, kicks it back out to Harmon. Harmon down low into the post to Votes. Votes looking. Yeah, she's going to try a difficult shot. No good off the front of the rim. Votes didn't want to take that. She was trying to get the ball back to Harmon, but had to create as the shot clock was ticking down. And that's definitely not the shot she wanted. A running leaner away from the basket. So now the Pioneers trying to get something going on offense here. Again, as their lead is dwindled. Now here's another entry pass taken away by the Crusaders. The entry pass is not working out well for the Pioneers. Jones is going to take the shot, up and good. Able to knock it down from about 16 feet out, maybe 17, but it was only 2 points. With that, Coach Lewis has seen enough of that nonsense, wants to talk things over, as a 30-second timeout is called with a minute 16 gone by here in the second quarter. Like I told you, we do have this chat feature. I see my daughter is in there chatting away, so don't let her be the only one because she is an unabashed MNU homer. So, you know, if you don't want to listen to how great MNU is all night, you better pipe up. Or you can. That's fine by me. Evangel, though, with that last shot, has taken the lead 21-20, 8:44 remaining in the second quarter as we head down to halftime. So it's going to be Pioneer ball as they call the timeout after the last made shot. Now Evangel looks like they're going to come out with a little bit of a press. Now they're going to go for a half-court trap, it looks like. So Gooch is going to need to be aware. Oh, now they back off of that. Making a liar out of me. Irvin moving. Long pass in the corner to Gonzalez. Gonzalez going to drive baseline. Runs into 2 defenders. Dribbles back out. Picks her dribble up. Passes it off to Lowe. Lowe to Gooch. Pioneers with 10 on the shot clock. Now Gonzalez, 3 in the corner. Got it! And Gonzalez able to knock one down for the Pioneers. Gets them back on top by 2. But quickly the other way, here come the Crusaders. Harmon, little pull-up jumper. 16 feet out, no good. Rattles away. Rebounded by the Pioneers. Now Gooch heading down. Goes up the left side of the floor. Around the Irvin screen. 3 on the way. No good. Off the left side of the rim. And that's going to be out of bounds. tell you, Gooch looked really open, but Brianna Votes was able to close the distance really quick and definitely affected that three-point shot by Gooch. See, I don't think she actually got a piece of it, but her hand was right there. The Crusaders now with Votes. Votes to Jones. Jones working to her left. Feeds it down low to Harmon. Harmon going to spin, kicks it out. Votes couldn't get around Scott. Driving now. Drives and dishes. Ball back up top of the perimeter. Now taken away by Scott. Ball got knocked loose. Jones collects. 3 on the way. Got it. Up and good. Knocked down by Connor Patton. Looked really good for the Pioneers for a moment. And then not so much. 24-23 Crusader lead. This game been back and forth. Neither team can get away from the other one. Gonzalez with it for the Pioneers. Goes to Gooch. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Back to Gonzalez. 3 on the way. Looks short, is short. Low, can't get the rebound. That's controlled by Harmon. Now Harmon up the floor. Goes right side over to Patton. Patton drives. Her shot won't fall. Megan Scott with the rebound. Pioneers fortunate that Patton just missed that shot because the defense kind of parted like the Red Sea there and gave her a pretty easy look. Low with it for the Pioneers. Over to Sargent. Sargent, 2-pointer on the way. She can't hit. Scott not able to collect the rebound. It's taken away by Patton. And now a long pass, and that's going to be turned over by the Crusaders, just out of the reach of Votes. Pioneers absolutely looking a little flat right now. Again, everyone coming back from holiday break. The legs not quite underneath them yet. Again, the typical Pioneer energy, not quite there. So they, like me, probably had way too many Christmas cookies. I know I sure did. Whew. Brutal. Gonzalez with the ball. Drives, gets to Sargent. Sargent working to her right. She's going to pull up for 3. Off to the right. Barely drew iron. And that's collected by Harmon. Now the Pioneers have to race back. Again, this is just where they're looking flat. Feed it down low. Taken away by Sargent, though. Great play by Sargent. Now Harmon not able to come up the steal. The Pioneers have a 5-on-4 break if they hurry. Gooch drives, dishes to low, layup up and good from the left side. That's how you take advantage of having the numbers. Now Evangel has seen enough. They want to talk things over. Timeout on the floor, just a quick 30-second timeout, as the Pioneers have reclaimed the lead at 25-24 with 5:40 remaining in the period. Again, doesn't look like anything's changed. The Pioneers at a 3-way tie for team leader in points, 6 apiece. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 6, 5, and 5. Told you, the screen is really small. I'm glad I have my glasses on, otherwise we'd all be in real trouble. See, the Pioneers right now, they're shooting 10 for 22 from the floor, 9 for 24 on the other side for Evangel. So, both teams shooting under 50%, right in the 40s there. That's kind of where you want them. Of course, you'd like better. We don't always get what we'd like, though, that's for sure, especially trying to shoot a basketball. If I got what I wanted, I'd be in the NBA right now. Right at the tail end of an illustrious career, and yet I'm not. Here we go, back underway. The Crusaders with the ball, working to the left is Sparks. Now whistle blown, 3 seconds called on the Crusaders. Camped out in the paint, just a little too long. Going to be a turnover. Ball back to the Pioneers. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought I heard 3 seconds. I was incorrect. Zoe Mullings called for a personal foul underneath. He was still in the paint, just was a foul and not 3 seconds. Back into the zone defense are the Crusaders. Pioneers go down low. Scott spins, fires, difficult shot, up and good. Wow. Harley Maxwell was there defensively, step for step with her. And that's a good matchup right there of the centers underneath. Now they're going to go to Maxwell. She's going to try her luck on Scott. No good. Scott collects the rebound, gets it ahead to Gonzalez. Gonzalez working on the left side. Gets it to Mackenzie Lowe. Lowe kicks it to Scott in the high post. Her shot no good from 15 feet out. Right at the right elbow. Controlled by the Crusaders. Now heading down the floor is Mullings. Mullings dishes it off to Sparks. Back to Maxwell. Maxwell shot no good. That's rebounded by Megan Scott. Knocked away. But it's going to stay with the Pioneers. See, Votes and Cawthon check back in. And now we're back underway. Getting a breather right now is Michaela Gooch. So Charles Sean Smith taking over point guard duties. Then onto the floor for the Pioneers is also Rachel Siebold. Now Lowe's going to spin and hits a shot over the double team. Double team was a little late getting there, but she kind of spun right into it, was still able to elevate and hit the shot over him. And now here's a turnover as Cawthon tries a in-between-the-legs dribble. The ball comes down right on the outline. So twice now, the Crusaders are bitten by just operating a little too close to the outline. Smith up the floor for the Pioneers. Pioneers up by 5, 29-24. Smith back to her left, picks up her dribble, is in trouble, and the ball's taken away. Jones ahead of the field to Sparks. Sparks layup up and good on the right side. Nothing the Pioneers could do after that turnover. They were all down on the offensive end, and no one was back for defense after Charles Sean Smith hit the deck. So 29-26, Smith drives. Her shot's going to be waved off. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Sophie Sparks got beat and just gave a little bit of a shove to stop the play, and indeed that worked. No free throws for Smith. Pioneers inbounding with 22 on their shot clock from the baseline. There's a long pass to Lowe. Ooh, looking for Scott down low. Couldn't get it to her. Finds Siebold. Siebold to Gonzalez. Gonzalez doesn't have a lot of space. Drives through the baseline. Whistle blown. Now they're going to say Gonzalez stepped on the outline. She stepped on the baseline, I should say. That's still a turnover, no matter which line she stepped on. It's all out of bounds. Crusaders bring it up the floor now. This is Sparks. Gooch heading back to the table for the Pioneers. They go to Jones. Jones going to try and work on Lowe. Spins, kicks it out. Gets it to Votes. Now back down low. They go to Mullins. Mullins not able to handle the entry pass. It goes off her leg and out of bounds. Last touch by the Crusaders. Ball back to the Pioneers. Not sure. There we go. A little bit of a delay getting started. I don't know what the officials were talking about. Anyway, Gooch with it for the Pioneers. Gooch and Siebold, along with Charles Sean Smith at the backcourt. Lowe and Scott up top. They go to Mackenzie Lowe. Now to Smith. Whistle blown, and the 3 seconds called on Megan Scott. I was fearful that that was coming. She really wanted the ball down low as she had position. Well, the problem is she called for it for too long and gets called for 3 seconds. So Siebold checks, not Siebold. This is Nachbar is checked in for the Pioneers. Jordan Nachbar is checked in. Megan Scott's going to take a breather. So Mackenzie Lowe now is really the lone big out there for the Pioneers. Now a travel called. Brianna Votes called for a travel as she was trying to work on Nachbar in the post. And just those feet shuffled on her as she was looking to make her first move. 29-26 Pioneers. Gooch with the ball around the screen. Gooch has a lane, drives. Her pass is kicked. Kick ball. It's going to stay with the Pioneers. The officials now going to have the Pioneers inbound it from the baseline. Someone actually has to throw this in. There we go. Siebold gets down there. Long pass out to Jordan Nachbar. Nachbar looking for anyone. Gets it to Siebold. Siebold going to try and create. Crossover in the paint. Difficult shot, no good. Tried to get her own rebound. Couldn't. Chisholm controls. Chisholm up the floor. Gets it to Harmon. Harmon now with it. Goes left. Comes back right. Right on the doorstep. Nachbar comes over with the double team. They knock the ball away. Still controlled by the Crusaders. They go back to Harmon. Harmon a little head fake. Couldn't beat Gooch. They feed it back down low into the post. Little spinning shot. No good. Great defense by the Pioneers. Nachbar staying home. Controlling the paint. They get the rebound. Smith now. Hesitation step. Drives. Right-handed. Layup up and good. Now the Pioneers are losing their biggest online fan. She's got to go. Bye, Lana. Oh, no, the officials missed a travel there. Harmon with the ball. Works to the right. Can't get around Mackenzie Lowe. Now they drop it off down low. And now we're going to have a whistle. What's our call here? Zoe Mullins called for another offensive foul. Wow. They must not like the way she's setting her screens. She's trying to get the Crusaders freed up. Again, you don't often see two of the same foul on the same person. It's not something like that anyway. The bench of Evangel is bent out of shape about something. I just cannot hear what they're screaming, but I can hear them screaming. Sean Smith, sorry, with it for the Pioneers. Tried a fancy pass to Lowe. Lowe couldn't quite collect. And now they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to be ball back to the Crusaders. That was a quick trigger on the jump ball call. But I guess it's also better than people wrestling around and throwing bows. Connor Patton is checked back in. Patton and Sparks bringing it up the floor. Sparks with it, top of the key. Goes right side to Harmon. Harmon working to her right, trying to get around Lowe. Lowe's going to be called for the personal foul. Lowe was just flat beat and threw a hip check out there, just trying to impede the progress. So this is going to put Bailey Harmon at the line. She's going to shoot two. First shot is good. She'll have one more. Second shot on the way. That's good as well. So 31-28. Evangel's been chipping away at the Pioneer lead. Pioneers have gotten a little cold. Now Gooch goes to Smith. Smith open for three. He couldn't get the shooter's bounce. That was close. Did everything but fall. And now ball mishandled in the backcourt as Votes and Harmon not on the same page. They turn it over. Ball back to the Pioneers. Seabold heading down underneath to inbound the ball. They're going to take Votes out to think about life after that turnover. Mia Mills checks in. More height on the floor. Pioneers get it into Lowe. Back to Seabold. Seabold, got flat stripped of the ball, but out of bounds goes the Crusaders. It's going to stay with the Pioneers. Now, Seabold's going to take a seat. Jordan Gonzalez comes into the game. That was Harmon with the steal. And again, not able to fully collect it for the Crusaders. Pioneers now inbounding from the corner. Lowe into Gooch. Gooch passes over. Gonzalez open for three. Got it! Jordan Gonzalez knocks down the three-point shot. 34-28. We're a minute away from halftime. Harmon with it. Spins. Her shot is short. Good defense by Knockbar to come over and help. Now Gooch with it. Pioneers try and go 2 for 1 here. You can hear the bench yelling quick. Running out of time for that idea. Now Smith trying to create. Down low to Lowe, taken away by Harmon. They are reading that entry pass, are the Crusaders, and they are on it every time. Harmon just going all the way to the rim. And now Knockbar is going to be called for the personal foul. She was trying to draw the charge. I do believe she was too low inside the mini circle, and don't get the call in there. So Harmon's going to go to the line to shoot two as there's 29.4 seconds left. Shot clock will be dead when the Pioneers get the ball back. First shot on the way, up and good. Harmon will have one more. Second shot on the way. Got them both. 4-point lead for the Pioneers, 34-30. They can hold for last shot of the half if they so desire. That's what I would do, but they don't pay me to make that decision. Gooch with it. Sparks is going to try and pressure her into moving. Gooch with her eyes firmly on the clock. 15 seconds left. Sparks again, trying to make her life difficult. Around the screen goes Gooch. Over to Knockbar. Down low to Lowe. Lowe spins, fires on Mills, up and good. The clock is ticking down to 3. Harmon's going to have a heave at the half. No good. Harmon made that a little closer than it needed to be. It goes off the right side of the backboard, and that's going to do it for the first half of action. Your score is 36-30. Pioneers on top. We're going to set the clock for 15 minutes. We got to turn the volume down on this, so don't think that we've really gone anywhere. So go ahead and refill your beverage, order another pizza, and we'll be back with the first half stats in about 14 minutes. welcome back, everybody. We're about a minute away from starting the second half of action. Let me get you the first half stats here real quick. Just leading the way in points over for the Crusaders is Bailey Harmon. She has 12 points on the night so far. Brianna Votes has 6 points. Let's see, Connor Patton with 6 points. And then Sophie Sparks with 4. Over for the Pioneers, leading the way is Mackenzie Lowe with 10 points. Right behind her is Jordan Gonzalez with 8. Trellshawn Smith with 7. And Michaela Gooch with 6. Assist-wise, Gooch is all over the board. She's got 7 assists already in this game. Dangerously close to getting up to a double-double. She can repeat these for the second half. Let's see, it's Logan Jones with 3 assists over on the other side, leading the way for the Crusaders. Let's see, rebound-wise, Bailey Harmon again on top for the Crusaders. Over for the Pioneers, it's Megan Scott with 6 boards. Both Harmon and Scott with 6. Let's see, the Pioneers, let's see. Pioneers, they actually finished shooting 50% for the first half. 34% on the other side for the Crusaders. Behind the three-point line, Crusaders were 2 for 6 at 33%. Pioneers were 5 for 15 at 33%. Then free throws, Pioneers only shot 2. They were 1 for 2 in the first half. And then 8 for 8 for the Crusaders. So Crusaders, not bad from the charity stripe. Pioneers are on the floor. We're ready to go. It's going to be the starting 5 for the Pioneers back on. And it looks like it is the, Sparks is on the floor. So not the starting 5 for the Crusaders, but very close to it. Here we go. Gooch with the ball for the Pioneers. We're back underway. Gonzalez has it, driving around Sparks. She is fouled. And Gonzalez is going to go to the line. Gonzalez was able to just get a step and took it all the way to the rim, fouled in the process. So Gonzalez is at the line. She'll shoot 2. And your score here is 36-30 as we start the third quarter. And now 37-30 as Gonzalez knocks down the first. If you guys are listening, make sure you hit us up in the chat room. Let us know where you're listening from, who your team is. Oh, there's a rebound just completely whiffed by the Crusaders, but the Pioneers were already hustling back to not get beat in their transition game. Harmon got left open for 3, left it short, and Lowe is able to tip it to Sargent. Sargent over to Gooch. But so far, we've had a Lenexa, Kansas, and a Springfield, Missouri check-in. I am sure there are more listening, so let us know where you're at. Gonzalez is going to try her hand at 3, feeling it, knocks it down. 10-point lead, but here come the Crusaders. Lowe was able to cut off Jones as they were trying to outrun that Pioneer defense. Votes now with it, couldn't find anyone. Finally gets it over to Patton. Patton drives, little pull-up jumper, hits from the mid-range for 2. So 40-32. Gooch with the ball. This is looking to the bench, trying to get her play. They go to Gonzalez again. She goes down low to Low. The double team comes, and it's knocked out of her hands. Last touch by Evangel. There's a replay coming up right there on your screen of Gonzalez's three-point shot. Nice replay. Well done. Sargent inbounding from the baseline. Gets it into Scott. Scott spins, gets it to Low. Low to Gooch. Gooch not open for the 3. Drives. Was able to get all the way to the rim, and it goes in. I think everyone thought she was going to just drive through and come out the other side, but nope, she just pulls up and hits a little layup on the left side. Now the Crusaders looking for an answer. 2-pointer on the way. No good off the right side of the rim. A long rebound, though, goes back to the Crusaders. Here's a drive by Patton. Her shot no good. Good defense by Scott. Was able to alter the shot. Gonzalez brings it up the floor, goes to Gooch. Gooch from the left elbow, 16 feet out, no good. Lowe tips the rebound to Scott. Now Scott is fouled, and she's going to go to the line for 2. Scott and Lowe playing big underneath. There we go. We've got someone from Carl Junction, Missouri checking in. Welcome, welcome. The personal foul was on Brianna Votes. And the first free throw from Scott goes in. One more on the way. And knocks them both down. 44-32. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Don't forget, at the conclusion of this game, We'll set the clock for about 20 minutes, and then the men's squads for both these schools will take the floor. We'll have game 2 of our doubleheader this evening. As we're back from holiday break and going to finish up the second half of the season. Here's a 3 from Jones on the way. No good off the right side. Rebounded by Gonzalez. Gonzalez up the floor. Sends it down low to Low. Low spins, fires, and knocks it in from the right side. The double team was late coming over. And now timeout called by the bench of Evangel. They want to talk things over, so we're going to have a 30-second timeout here on the floor. As the Pioneers pulling away in the early stages of the third quarter. It's now 46-32, this lead being the largest of the evening for the Pioneers. Again, I'm not going to say that any lead is really all that safe, especially not a 14-point lead. Those can evaporate quickly. But hey, they're fun while you have them. All right, Pioneers fired up in their huddle. Crusaders now heading back out onto the floor. No changes being made for the Crusaders. Looks like they're staying with the same 5. And then no changes for the Pioneers either. So the Crusaders now will inbound as they called that timeout after the made basket. And Harmon bringing it up the floor. Ariel Sargent awaits her. Harmon working right, drops it off down low. Pass out of the reach of Votes, but Megan Scott wasn't able to corral it. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Scott. Scott, jeez. I can talk sometimes. Now the Crusaders inbounding from their baseline. Looking. Ooh, now they're able to get it in. And personal foul calling Gonzalez. As Gonzalez just got tangled up with Patton. And delivered kind of a hit on her. Oh, now Pioneers weren't set on the inbound play. An easy layup made for the Crusaders. Just that quick pass in before the Pioneers defense really got set. Comes up with 2 points. Sargent with it for the Pioneers. Back to Gooch. Gooch bringing it up the right. Lost handle on it. Picks up her dribble. Scott with it. Scott back to Gooch. Gooch has it. Top of the key. Gooch working to her right to Sargent. Sargent down low to Low. The double team comes. Ooh, Low lost it off of her feet. And now they're going to call a foul on Michaela Gooch, who was reaching in to try and secure that loose ball that was on the floor. To that, we'll just say, okay. Whatever you say, Zebra Sir. So Evangel with the ball. Crusaders, like I said, they're starting to cut into this lead. Down 12 now with the ball. Harmon drives, whistle blown. What's our call going to be here? This is going to be on the Pioneers. Ariel Sargent called for the personal foul. And so now Evangel's going to be inbounding again from the baseline. Pioneers ready this time. Votes to Jones. Jones, good pump fake. Oh, but better closing speed by Mackenzie Lowe. Comes up with the block. The ball ahead to Gooch. Gooch in the post. Double team is there. Lowe gets it to Sargent. Sargent, 3 on the way. Won't fall. Ball is loose, and Megan Scott muscles it away from absolutely everyone. But they're going to call the jump ball. Again, they're being really quick on those jump ball calls tonight. And so the ball is going to go back to Evangel. The possession arrow will change. Now bringing it up the floor is Desi Smith. Once again, Evangel still down 12 with ball. They go to Votes. Votes to Harmon. Harmon, the focal point of the offense for Evangel. Dishes it up. Votes got Megan Scott to bite on the pump fake. And now her shot was just up and over the top of the backboard. Out of bounds it goes. I was waiting to see if they're going to indicate that a Pioneer had touched that, but no. It just got a little too much air underneath of it, and over the backboard it went. All right, now the Pioneers have to be cautious. It looks like a little three-quarter court press being put on by Evangel. Gonzalez gets it across the half-court line. Evangel backs up. They go to Lowe, back to Gooch. Dangerous pass, Gooch with it. Open for 3, on its way. Got it! And Michaela Gooch able to knock that down. So 49-34. Chisholm going back and forth trying to create. Now we're going to have another foul on the Pioneers. And this is going to be on Gonzalez. They're going to call Gonzalez on a little bit of a push. Yeesh. That one, these last two have got a little ticky-tack. Now Mullings with the ball. Gets it to Chisholm. Chisholm looking, goes around the screen. Back to Harmon. Harmon working left, hands it off, votes. That shot looked altered, and that ball's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Evangel. Trelshawn Smith came down with the rebound. It was knocked out of her hands. Now Smith will inbound. Pioneers have to be aware. Now it's a full court press being shown by Evangel. They're going to try and double team the ball carrier in the backcourt. Smith gets it across. They have to be real careful. Smith will just outrace him. Smith drives down, gets it to Mackenzie Lowe. The entire defense collapses on Lowe. Lowe kicks it out, gets it to Trelshawn Smith. Smith now working left. Puts in another gear, drives to the basket, and she's fouled. Trelshawn Smith has a hesitation move that is just deadly. So votes called for the personal foul for Evangel. Gooch will inbound from the baseline. They're going to say Smith was not in the act of shooting. It was close. Gooch gets it into Smith. Smith has it top of the key. Screen comes to her right. She goes left. Layup left side, up and good. There's that next gear that Smith has. And she was around the defense before they knew what happened. 51-34, Pioneer lead. Harmon driving down. Her shot up, it's good, and she's fouled. Anna Ralston can't believe that they called the personal on her. Again, the contact was minimal. Actually, Harmon threw an arm out there and made the contact. And again, I'm not saying Harmon did anything wrong. That's a no call in my opinion, 100% of the time. No call either way. So 51-36 is your score. Ralston leaves. Knockbar checks back in. And as Ralston came back to the bench, you can even hear the coach say, I know. But yeah, that was not a foul. So I'm listening to the official's explanation. He was saying, yes, the arms were straight up, but there was a hip check. Okay. Again, you're closer than I am, Zebra. Whatever you say. But the Pioneers with the ball. 51-37 is the score. Now a whistle blown. And this is going to be on Sadie Chisholm. Personal foul. Again, I didn't even see that. Officials calling it very tight this evening. Very tight. I did not see Chisholm commit a single foul there. Now Smith with it. Back into that zone defense are the Crusaders. Smith, little step back jumper, short. Hard to hit that shot when you're fading away. Rebounded by Mullings. Mullings to Harmon. Harmon, she's going to go all the way if the Pioneers don't step in front and stop her. They do. She dishes it out. Three on the way. Short off the front of the rim. And that's rebounded by Mackenzie Lowe. Shot missed by Neal. Gooch with it for the Pioneers. And we're going to have 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Gooch trying to create. Gets it to Smith. Smith driving, turns the corner, whistle blown. And this again is going to be on Sadie Chisholm, who has the unenviable task of trying to cover Trelshawn Smith. So Smith is at the line. She's going to shoot two. A little bit of a uniform malfunction. There we go. Now she's ready. Smith's first free throw on its way. Rattles home. One more on the way. En route, and it's good. So able to hit them both. With that, Smith is going to take a seat. Sargent comes into the game. 53-37 is your score. And still here in the third quarter. Chisholm up the floor. Chisholm working right. Comes back left. Gets it to Mills. Mills tries to pass underneath. Knocked away by Gonzalez and corralled by Knockbar. Now Gooch up the floor. Working to her left. Comes back right. Long entry pass down low to Mackenzie Lowe. And there's going to be a foul underneath. This is going to be called on Evangel. This is going to be on Mia Mills, who was trying to guess, impede the progress of Mackenzie Lowe as she was going up for that entry pass. So Lowe is at the line. She'll shoot 2. First one is good. We're in the bonus situation with 3:38 remaining. All the fouls are going to lead to free throws for here on out, both sides. Second free throw, good as well. This is going to put Mackenzie Lowe at 14 points for this evening. Gooch behind her with 11, and then Gonzalez with 12. So the Pioneers definitely have their offense on the floor right now. Crusaders are moving, and now again stepping on the outline, trying to make that move. This time Riley Neal. The sideline has been the enemy of the Crusaders this evening. 55-37, 3:26 in the third quarter remaining. Jones checks in. Neal takes a seat. Gonzalez into Gooch. Gooch bringing up the floor for the Pioneers. Goes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez working left. Chisholm steps out and steps out a little too much. Personal foul is called on Sadie Chisholm. I believe this is going to be her, at least her third. Indeed it is. This is going to put Gonzalez at the line to shoot 2. With that, Emily Sheldon's going to come into the game, seeing her first minutes. Michaela Gooch takes a seat. Gonzalez's first free throw on its way. Having a moment with Charles Smith, who thought she was checking in, but she's checking in for the shooter, so couldn't really get out there yet. There you go, second one good from Gonzalez. Now the substitution being made. Charles Smith comes in. Thornton Gonzalez takes a seat. Change is being made over on the other side for Evangel. Chisholm leaves the floor. Sparks returns. He made another one, and I didn't catch. I think Harmon has returned. She was off for a moment. Now Sparks up the floor. Have Votes in the backcourt with her. Mills and Harmon. And Jones, your front court for Evangel. Now Harmon a drive, going over 2 Pioneers. Knockbar wrestles the rebound away from everyone. Long pass ahead to Smith. Smith crosses up Jones. Scoop shot, she's fouled. Layup won't fall, but Smith will go to the line to shoot 2. I gotta admit, I'm a little worried. Normally, Trelshawn Smith's family is in the chat room. I haven't heard anything from them tonight. Where are you? Where's the Smith family? And with that, Trelshawn Smith is at the line. She's going to shoot 2. Megan Scott's going to return for the Pioneers. Mackenzie Lowe takes a seat. Smith's first attempt on its way, up and good. She'll have one more. Second free throw, that one good as well. So able to hit them both. Pioneer lead, 59-37. Mills is going to take a seat, and coming back in is Harley Maxwell. .255 remaining. Clock resumes. We're still in the third quarter. Sheldon picks up Sparks. Sparks has it, trying to get her offense in motion. Gets the pass over to Patton. Back to Sparks. Sparks works left, still working. Trying to get around Sheldon. Good defense by Emily Sheldon. Shot is missed. Back tap goes to Jones. Jones tried to feed it back down low. Trying to get that to Sparks. She and Sparks not on the same page. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Crusaders. Yeah, Smith inbounds it to Sheldon. Sheldon heading up the floor. Zone defense being shown by the Crusaders still. They go to Sargent. Sargent to Trelshawn Smith. Our camera drifting away from the ball. Come on now. Wake up there, guys. Smith with a little jumper. That one won't fall. And rebounded by the Crusaders. Sparks quickly up the left side of the floor. Comes back right to Votes. Ooh. Knockbar. Hits the deck. They weren't able to capitalize. Ball still being worked around. Pioneers are just chasing right now. Votes shot. No good. Short off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Sparks. And now Megan Scott, I think, just bored. Decides to throw an arm out there. And commits the foul. So that whole play just seemed messed up. Let's end it right here. So with that, Sparks is at the line. She's going to shoot 2. Again, both teams are in the bonus. So free throws coming up. Sparks' first free throw on its way, up and good. Sparks' second attempt, good as well. 59-39, 20-point Pioneer lead. 1:50 remaining in the third quarter. Pioneers can't really put it in cruise control just yet. I don't think doing that would be the right move. Now Scott and Sheldon run into each other. Sheldon comes away with the ball. Ball gets knocked loose. Sheldon recovers. Passes it out to Sargent. Tipped away again from Sargent, but Sargent collects. Trelshawn Smith's going to have to create. 3 on the way. Short. Hits the rim. Sheldon, I like it. Emily Sheldon going right at Harley Maxwell. That would be Sheldon, she of 5'4", and Maxwell, she of 6 foot. Here's a shot and miss. Trelshawn Smith racing down the floor, feeds it over to Ariel Sargent. Her layup is up and good on the right side. So Smith with the assist. Sargent gets the bucket. Now a timeout called by the bench of Evangel. They want to talk things over. It is 61-39 with 1:07 remaining in the third quarter. We're going to step away for just about 60 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. We have to step away when they're playing the music here in the arena because YouTube will flag us for not having the rights to play those songs on YouTube. Well, we're not actually playing them on YouTube. We're playing them for the enjoyment of those in attendance. But if it hears it, it'll give us trouble with the broadcast. And we kind of like keeping this free service. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream with the chat room. I mean, it's been really quiet in here tonight. I think everyone's still in their holiday slumber, shall we say. Here's a jump ball back to the Pioneers. So it's definitely been a very quiet evening in the chat room, but hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast nonetheless. And we're taking down to the final moments here of the third quarter. Pioneers in control, 61-39. Sheldon brings it up the floor for the Pioneers. Sheldon works left, gets it over to Sargent. Sargent steps back, down to 17, whistle blown. What is this called? It's going to be on the Pioneers, but I don't know where. So they called Megan Scott for something. I sure did not see it. I don't know what that was. Third personal for Megan Scott, worth noting. Sparks bringing it up the floor for Evangel. Game clock and shot clock are separated by 10 seconds. So the Pioneers, you might think, will get last shot of the quarter. Here's a shot, up and good. That was knocked down by Gabby Matthews. Hits it from 17 feet. Now Scott with the ball in the paint. Drives, dishes, trying to find someone. Long pass out. Sargent open for 3. Too short, no good. Emily Sheldon collects the rebound. She goes to Trelshawn Smith. Down to 5. Dumps it down low to Megan Scott. Her shot up, good, and she's fouled. She'll have one more. Great feed by Trelshawn Smith. What did they get for that foul? That foul was on Gabby Matthews. Her first personal. Scott will have one free throw with 2.7 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Shot on the way. Short, off the left side of the rim and no good. Batted out of bounds. And the officials are going to say last touch by the Pioneers. So Evangel with 2.1 seconds. See if they can get any kind of a heave here. They're able to get it in. There's the long one. No good. A little short. That's going to do it for the third quarter. Your score at the end of 3, 63-41. Pioneers on top. And they're going to have some new players coming back in as we change quarters. So we're going to step away for 60 seconds. We'd play a commercial if we had any, but really it's just so I can get a drink. So we'll be back in 60 seconds. All right, we are ready to start the fourth quarter of action. Starting to see some people trickle into the chat room. Welcome, everyone. We got Brazil in the house. Told you, we get people all over. It's great. So our new stat system that we've got here that we're looking at, kind of cool here. It shows time with the lead. The Pioneers have controlled, especially the later part of the game. They've led this game for 19 minutes and 56 seconds. They have led for 66% of the game. And since the score is 24-23, the Pioneers have been on top. As we're now 63-41. Anyway, I'm kind of a stat geek. I thought that was kind of interesting from our new system. I'm still trying to learn how to read all these parts of it. Here's a three-point shot. Wide open on the baseline, but no good, as Cawthon was not able to knock that down. The Pioneers left her wide open. Fortunate that she missed for the Pioneers. Gooch with it. Goes high post to low. Back to Gooch. Gooch for three. No good. Rebounded by Ariel Sargent, who comes swooping in. Ball gets knocked loose. And let's see, in the scrum for the ball, Sargent got tangled up with Cawthon. And they're going to say Cawthon was on the outline. So it's going to stay with the Pioneers. Whatever you want to do to justify it, Zebra. We're good with that. So Sargent now will inbound from the baseline. Gets it into Lowe. Ooh, dangerous pass. But Lowe able to corral. Lowe spins, dishes it out. Gooch, three on the way. No good off the right side. Long rebound. And Ralston not able to chase that down. Ball's going to go back to the Crusaders. So Sparks bringing it up the floor. Harmon in the backcourt with her. Harmon has been the offense tonight for Evangel. And now we're going to have just a little bit of a forearm called on Mackenzie Lowe. So Lowe called for the personal. That is her second of the evening. Evangel will keep the ball. They're going to inbound from the sideline. Far side of your screen. Smith into the game, inbounds it. Brings it into Patton. Back to Smith. They go down low. Maxwell going to be called for the travel. Maxwell initiated the contact with Ralston, and it just threw her balance off. Feet shuffled, and the travel is called. Gooch up the floor for the Pioneers. Goes to Ralston. Ralston over to Lowe. Lowe going to try that three. Got it! Mackenzie Lowe knocks down the tray. Now whistle blown. This is going to again be on Mackenzie Lowe. And they're calling her for another forearm. Maxwell's going to take a seat. Coming back in is Zoe Mullings. Now inbounding from the baseline is Evangel. They're able to get it in. Patton has it. She's going to try that three. Got around the screen, but didn't take the three-point shot. Drives. And now we're going to have a foul underneath. This is going to be on Desi Smith. She can't hardly believe it, as she was working kind of in the post. Again, another one I didn't see. The officials calling this game very tight tonight. Very tight. Yep, ball with the Pioneers, 66-41. Gooch has it. Ralston steps out to take the pass. Goes to Sargent right side. Back to Ralston. Oh, Ralston got left wide open. Hits a cutting Gonzalez. Touch pass down low to low. And 2 points good. What an assist by Jordan Gonzalez. Oh, Pioneers didn't get back quick enough, though. Shot, no good. Knocked out of bounds last touch by Evangel. Ball back to the Pioneers. Well, boy, what an assist by Gonzalez. 68-41. Gooch with the ball for the Pioneers, working to her right. Goes around the screen. Low, down low to Ralston. The pass is knocked away. Evangel was waiting for that entry pass into the post. And now Harmon's going to take that three. No good off the left side. Ralston secures the rebound. Gets it over to Jordan Gonzalez. Gonzalez head up, moving up the floor. Long pass to Gooch. Gooch to Sargent. Back to Gooch. Gooch, good pump fake. Three on the way. Too strong, no good. Mackenzie Lowe gets the rebound. Goes back to Michaela. Now back to Mackenzie Lowe, over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez drives baseline. Brings the ball back out in no hurry. And now they try a pass underneath with blown. This is going to be called on Zoe Mullings. Sargent is going to take a seat. Natasa Bozic checking in for the Pioneers, her first action of the evening. So Bozic on the floor. Low with it. Low to Gooch. Gooch, head fake in the paint. Dishes it to Low. Down low to Ralston. Ralston. Shot is up. Good! And she is fouled. So Anna Ralston going to go to the line looking to complete the three-point play. When Ralston heard the whistle, she spun her head around thinking it was going to be another offensive foul called on her. Not this time. This time you get the call in your favor. Ralston's free throw. Up and good. Completes the three-point play. 71-41. We have about 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. And like I told you earlier, I'll tell you again if anyone's just joined us. About 20 minutes after the conclusion of this game, men's game will get started. So we have a doubleheader going here tonight, as we pretty much do for the whole rest of the season. So if you're a Pioneer faithful, pretty much any game now, it's going to be the doubleheader, as we're well into conference play, heading into tourney time. Pioneers go down low to Mackenzie Lowe. She kicks it out. Three on the way from Gonzalez. Got it! Jordan Gonzalez knocks down the three. Coming back the other way are the Crusaders. That was a good pass underneath. Sadie Chisholm was cutting to the rim, and Gooch was able to get a hand in there and knock that pass away. Good movement without the ball from Chisholm. Now, a lot of people ask, or they wonder, they get upset when you're up, as the Pioneers are right now, why would you continue to shoot three-point shots? Well, my response, whenever a team is up and they just start launching from long range, you are far less likely to come up with an injury shooting threes. The injuries happen when you're feeding the post, when you're really fighting for rebounds, when you're scrapping, when there's a lot of bodies colliding and people can land on feet, roll ankles. Yeah, none of that's really a factor if you're just hoisting threes, trying to run out the clock. So you might think differently, but I know a lot of times people take exception that teams shoot threes when they're up by a lot. Again, I think it's for safety. I think it's the safest measure. And you can just get the game to all zeros as long as everyone on both sides walks out of here with no injuries. Everybody wins. So down to four. Gooch is going to have to create for the Pioneers. Taken away. Turnover. Racing up the floor is Mullings. Mullings layup right side. No good. Bozic, though, called for the personal foul. As Bozic was with her step for step. Just couldn't quite cut her off from the rim. So now Ralston's going to return to the floor. Mackenzie Lowe comes off probably for the last time this evening. With 5:56 remaining in the ball game, 74-45. Pioneer lead. Mullings' free throw attempt on the way. Got the first. She'll have one more. Second shot on its way. Got them both. Taylor Nichols is checked into the game for the Pioneers. He handled the inbounding. Got it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez across half court. Bounce pass over to Gooch. Double teams coming wherever the ball may go. Long pass over to Nichols. Nichols, 3 on the way. Got it! Oh, my. The net barely moved. Now Gooch hit the deck, and she's slow to get up. She's actually not up yet. There's a layup good from the left side. Now we're going to have an injury timeout. Sheldon to the scorer's table to check in, and Gooch on a non-contact play went down and is hobbled. So Gooch just going to head straight to the trainer's table. And the Pioneers can ill afford any extended time away from Michaela Gooch. Look, just as I was talking about trying to get to the end of the game with everyone walking out of here, no problem. Pioneers suffer what could be a very costly loss. I will update as well as I can. Sheldon with a great entry pass down low underneath to Ralston. Ralston is fouled on the attempt. She will go to the line to shoot 2 more. Cawthon called for the personal. And from what I can see, Gooch was just kind of backpedaling. Maybe just twisted the ankle. Maybe trying to spin around or something. I'm not 100% sure. I won't speculate much. Definitely favoring the lower extremities. First free throw from Ralston is good. Second one, too strong, no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Crusaders heading down the floor. Still playing quickly. They feed the post. Post kicks it out. 3 on the way. Up and good. 3-pointer good by Patton. 78-52. We're under 5 minutes remaining. So we're halfway through this fourth quarter. Gonzalez slowing the pace a little bit. They go to Ralston. Ralston over to Sheldon. Sheldon headed towards the baseline. Now dribbles back out. Pioneers taking time off that shot clock. Ralston with it. Long way from the rim. Goes to Bozic. Bozic, 3 on the way. Too strong, no good. Long rebound. But the Pioneers were already backpedaling to get on defense. Not able to collect that long board. Now here's a drive by Patton, and she is fouled. She's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Let's see which Pioneer they get for this. There were 2 in the area. And this is going to be on Nichols. And 78-52 is your score. Just trying to get this all the way down to zeros. First shot on the way. Up and good for Patton. Here, Ryan Robinson in the background. We got the Birdman. He's going. Shot no good. And rebounded by Anna Ralston. Jones and Ralston got a little tangled up underneath. Jones hit the deck. Ralston, okay. Jones was a little shaken up, but hustles back, catches up with the play. Gonzalez in the corner, 3 on the way. Nope, won't fall. And now, here come the running Crusaders. They have not slowed their pace at all. 3 on the way from Patton. Big hop over the backboard. It goes off the miss. Out of bounds it goes. Ball back to the Pioneers. 4:01 remains. Sheldon and Gonzalez are your backcourt. Gonzalez bringing it up the floor. At least at the moment, Evangel's backed off that 3-quarter or full court press. So waiting for the Pioneers when they come across half court. Chisholm all over Gonzalez. Double team comes. Gonzalez dishes it to Bozic. Her 3 in the corner. No good. Rebounded by Jones. Ahead to Chisholm. Chisholm. Head full of steam. Drops it off. Ooh, should have been a travel. Officials missed it. Patton now. Dishes it out. She had it underneath. Got stuck. Tried to hit Chisholm. Out of bounds it goes. It's going to be a turnover on the Crusaders. Ball back to the Pioneers. I don't know what the official talking to someone in the stands. Slowed everything down. I don't know what that was. Odd. Other than it was just odd. Anyway, Gonzalez with it for the Pioneers. She's going to be fouled. So Sadie Chisholm is called for the personal. That's her fourth. One more and her evening will be done. Gonzalez is at the line, shooting 2. First shot on the way. No good off the left side. She'll have one more. Gonzalez's second shot. Won't fall either. Ralston with the offensive board and the putback. Ralston was able to just get good position. Came down with it, secured it, went right back up. 2 points good for Ralston. 80-53 is the score. Now there was a big bump, nothing called. Now the officials want to swallow their whistles. Evangel would actually have legitimate beef on that one for not getting that call. Bozic with it, looking for anyone. Double team is on her. And timeout called by the bench of the Pioneers just to save from a turnover. Austinson and Irvin are at the scorer's table. They're going to check in during this timeout. And we've got a full timeout on the floor with 2:57 remaining in the ball game. It is 80-53. The Pioneers on top, just looking to take this one home. So we're going to step away for about 60 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. 2:57 remains. 80-53 is your score. And the Pioneers trying to save themselves from a turnover. Called the timeout. So they will inbound from the sideline. Austinson into the game, as is Irvin. They get it to Irvin. Irvin to Emily Sheldon. Sheldon driving in the paint, dishes it out. Now Nichols is going to drive. Her shot is up. Where are they going to put that? Okay, I guess they called that on the floor. Official didn't really indicate. That's Connor Patton called for the personal. This is going to put Nichols at the line to shoot 2. And due to the bonus situation. First free throw is on its way. That one good. Trickles over the front of the rim. She'll have one more. Second shot. That one won't fall. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Gabby Matthews was able to secure the rebound. Now they go to Patton. Patton dishes it out. Neal drives. Her layup, too strong, no good. Rebounded by Emily Sheldon. And now, coming down with the ball, Riley Neal kind of knocks Sheldon upside the head. Personal is called, so back to the charity stripe we go. And we're going to shoot some more free throws, because that's what we do. Megan Alexander's checked into the game. Taylor Nichols takes a seat. So Alexander with her first minutes of the evening. Sheldon's first free throw. Up and good. One more on the wing. Sheldon, second free throw. Got them both. Now, heading up the floor. Oh, the Pioneers left the lane wide open. A good drive and dish. That was Patton able to find Neal. Easy 2 points. Sheldon racing down the floor. Lost control of the ball. Off her foot it goes. Turnover on the Pioneers. Now Irvin's going to take a seat. Nichols returns. Then another change for the Crusaders. Taylor Arnold has checked in. And looks like Sophie Sparks is going to take a seat. You know, Connor Patton heading up the floor. Here's the take, drive by Harmon. Her layup is good from the left side. Harmon comes up with 2 points. 83-57 is the score. Sheldon with it for the Pioneers. Neal awaits her. Goes to Alexander. Alexander drives. Goes to Bozic. Bozic can't get away from Harmon. Can't take that shot. Goes down low to Alexander. Alexander one dribble. She's fouled, and she's going to go to the line to shoot two. Yeah, this is going to be a personal foul, I believe, on Neal. Alexander's first free throw, no good, off the left side. Oh, Joe Klassen in the house, everybody. What's up, Joe? Welcome to the game. Alexander's second shot, good for the Pioneers. 84-57 is your score. Coming down to the last moments here of the ball game, 1:45 remains. So again, this is going to improve the Pioneers to 9-2 overall. Another conference win as well. There's a drive. No good off the right side by Neal. Rebounded by Alexander for the Pioneers. Alexander sends it ahead to Sheldon. Sheldon trying to outrace the field. Now pulls the ball out. Going to take some time off the clock. Pioneers could get it down under a minute, but Bozic is going to take that three. Short off the front of the rim, but the rebound goes right to Nichols. Nichols launches a three. Oh, and that one. Two bounces right on the front of the rim. Won't trickle through. Now Evangel. They've got the ball with 1:10 left. Patton for three, no good. Long rebound's going to go out of bounds. Sheldon just boxed out and watched it head off the floor. So ball back to the Pioneers. Sheldon and Austinson remain in the backcourt. Rachel Siebold comes back in. Austinson's going to take a seat. Coach Lewis getting some of the bench players a couple minutes here in the late stages of the game. And we're now down to 1 minute remaining. Sheldon now spins on Neal. Hands it off with Siebold. Siebold has a lane, drives down, scoop shot, no good, no call. And it's going to go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Siebold of the Pioneers. Ball back to the Crusaders. Connor Patton. She's had a big second half. Has Patton. She's up to 12 points here in the ball game. Her pass to the right side, knocked away by the Pioneers. It's going to stay with the Crusaders. Attempted pass to Gabby Matthews. Taylor Arnold with the inbound. 43 seconds remaining. Looking. Gets it into Patton. Patton into the post. Shot up. Nice left-handed shot made by Cawthon. Cawthon comes up with 2 points. Sheldon with it for the Pioneers. Gooch still over at the trainer's table after leaving the game with injury. Now Neal's going to be called for another personal foul. And I see that they have a sneaker off, and her actual foot is wrapped with what looks like an ice pack. So wasn't an ankle. It looks like some sort of foot injury for Gooch. Again, who the Pioneers can ill afford to be out with injury. Alexander's first free throw, no good. She's going to have one more with 28.7 seconds left. So if I get any word during the men's game here coming up in about 25 minutes, I will pass it along as to the injury prognosis of Michaela Gooch. Second free throw is good for Alexander. Alexander, 2 points for the game in the volleyball convert. Now back into the game is Chisholm for Evangel. They go to Arnold. Arnold to Neal. Neal going down low to Cawthon. And Taylor Nichols trying to wrestle that away for the Pioneers. They're going to say last touch by Cawthon. And be a turnover on the Crusaders. Ball back to the Pioneers with 19.5 seconds left. I was going to say the Pioneers will be content just to dribble out the clock, but the Crusaders are now putting on a full court press. They get it into Sheldon. Sheldon, long pass to Bozic. Bozic with it. Up top to Siebold. 10 seconds left. Sheldon just going to dribble out the clock, and that's going to be it for this ball game. 85-59 is your final score. Pioneers improving overall and in conference. And this is going to drop the Crusaders down a little bit as they came into tonight 5-3 overall. They will leave 5-4, and they're going to even themselves up in conference at 3-3. So that's going to do it, everyone. Again, set your clocks for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to be back with Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader as the men's squads will take the floor for both schools. I'll get you those final stats here in just a minute, but leading the way for the Pioneers was Mackenzie Lowe with 19 points. Jordan Gonzalez had 17 points. Trellshawn Smith with 13 points. Over on the other side, Bailey Harmon led the way with 19. See Connor Patton with 12, and then Brianna Votes with 8. Again, just because I'm a stat dork, Pioneers had the time with the lead was 29 minutes and 56 seconds, and they led for 74.8% of the game. I think that is such a cool stat. Let's see here. Field goal shooting wise, Pioneers 28 for 58. Over on the other side, 21 for 59. 3-point percentage, nobody really lit it up. 32% for the Pioneers, only 20% for Evangel. And then, I'm sorry, from the floor, it was 48% for the Pioneers, 35% for Evangel. Free throws, the Pioneers, remember, they only attempted 2 in the first half. They finished the game 19 for 28. There were a lot of fouls called in the second half. They were 67% from the charity stripe, and then over on the other side, Evangel was still lights out, 14 for 15. That's at 93%. Pioneers controlled the boards, but not by much, 38 to 36. And see if there's anything else. Nope, I think that'll do it. So, hey, thank you for joining us, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the chat feature and the live stream. So we close this one out. You'll have to come back in to get to the men's game. They've set the clock for 23 minutes. So come back in 23 minutes, and we'll have game 2. If you are not back for the next game, have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you on the next broadcast. The Pioneers women's squad will play here at home, 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. You can catch all the action right here on the Pioneer Sports Network. If you're here for the men's game, we'll be back in 23 minutes.